Hey everyone, the title of this video is called Be Still and Know That I Am God. But you gotta toil. And the idea I got from this is how fellow believers will try to push somebody who may be trusting in God to do something, to get money to pay for their bills or whatever it is, and they push stress on them because that's how the world operates. So I'm really hoping that I'm able to finish this video because my memory in my phone is about to end. So I'm hoping I can get through this quickly. Now, the world is all about toiling. That's how the world operates. So, good examples are looking for a job and you can't find one. So the world is going to push you, hey, that's not good enough. You need to do something because you got these bills due. You got a family. You got this. You got that. So if there's anybody that has stress, these people make the stress even more and more hard to deal with. So even fellow believers do that. They don't operate like Jesus said, taking our burdens away. Believers push the burdens on people because that's how the world, functions. So let's say somebody's looking for an apartment and God says to trust them, and somebody's going to persecute that thinking because they're operating out of the world's viewpoint. They're operating out of the Adamic mindset. So in the Adamic mindset, there is no rest. There's a constant toil. There's a constant you got to do, you got to do, you got to do. So there's no compassion from people, even the Christians. There is a lack of compassion. There's a lack of understanding. Somebody's looking for a job. They can't find that one, so that's not going to be good enough, so they're constantly pushing them to do something. Now, like I said, this unrest is from Adam. It seems like, if somebody gets an ulcer from worrying, then according to the world, that's sufficient. They got an ulcer from worrying. So I can see truly that, they really care about their situation. So I'm going to be easy on them. Like I said, the world is all about toiling in every aspect. Now, what are the results of toiling? There is unneeded stress. How many Christians actually operate out of this where they are stressful rather than patient? And what does that show the world? What does that show the world when believers openly admit that they are Christians? Well, the world's saying, well, there's no change in them. I thought their God was supposed to help them. What are believers going to say to that then? Are we not supposed to be in a rest from God, trusting Him? Aren't we supposed to be lights in this dark world? We're not being lights when we're doing exactly what the world does. So, there's worry, and out of that worry, there is effects from it. Now, looking on WebMD and how stress affects your health, these are the symptoms of it. There is high blood pressure, there is headaches, there's upset stomach, there's chest pain, and there's a lack of sleep. How many Christians operate out of this? What are Christians supposed to do? Are we supposed to operate in this exact way, or are we supposed to be the better of it? What is a Christian supposed to do in this? Well, they need to go to God. They need to go to God and release their stress, to release their burdens to Him, to learn to trust Him. And they have to get out of this Adamic mindset. I have plenty of videos on that if you don't know what I mean. The Adamic mindset is what every believer follows from the time of Adam up until the present. Adam operated in independence from God when he plucked the fruit from the tree that God said not to. That's when man decided to do things on his own. And believers still operate out of this to this very day. So one second, let me check this. So like I said, Christians even operate out of this Adamic mindset. They push other people to toil instead of leading them to Jesus. Jesus said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light, and you will find rest for your souls." I believe that's in Matthew 11:28-30. So, how is it that the words of Christ are so different than the attitudes of Christians today? It's because the Christians' focus is on this world, and it's not on Christ. It's on what they want to do rather than what God wants them to do. So Christians need to really surrender their will to God, learn to trust Him. They need to rely on Him and have faith. They can't do that when they're, operating in what they want to do. So if you want to get out of this rut, check my other videos. I have a bunch of videos. Go to the beginning where it says 00, and you can see my introduction to all my videos. And from that, I tried to put groundwork down where you have brick upon brick of revelation that God has given me, and hopefully it takes you from somebody that is trusting in themselves to trusting in God. And that is what I wanted to do with all my videos, so that it would lead people into trusting in God. So my question to you is, what will you do now that you have this information? Are you going to continue to stress, or are you going to learn to rely on God? So I'm hoping I'm exposing exactly what Christians do and how they push other Christians to toil. And this can't be done as Christians. We need to be the lights in this dark world. So I pray this video helps you. God bless you.